just one seat, 2.6 million voters to decide the fate of 18 candidates jostling to succeed Governor Godwin Obaseki as the state governor, Edo State Governor. Warm welcome to Edo Decide studio of VOS TV Nigeria. My name is Jude Aweke. To let you know that VOS TV Nigeria is one of the 140 media organizations, the Electoral Umpire, the Independent National Electoral Commission, are accredited to cover the election. And I want to assure you that our crew have been deployed and they will feed us with live reports on information concerning the election as they unfold. And they will feed us with this information and we'll continue to update you on the election process. So we have a whole lot to talk about today on the election. A lot of issues to discuss, beginning from the security of the election, the INEC's preparedness, and a whole lot of issues to talk about. But just before then, let's take a look at the voters' preparedness for the election. Edo residents, they say they are ready to exercise their franchise. Edo residents, they say they are ready to exercise their franchise. Let's feed their polls in this report.
I thank Una for the support Una giving these 8 years.
Governor Godwin Obaseki's administration gradually winds down. Edo people go to the polls to choose one among the 17 candidates vying to succeed him as the #1 citizen of the state.
As a patriotic Nigerian, I'm prepared to do my own bit.
The people are divergent on their readiness to exercise their franchise.
Well, as a patriotic Nigerian, I'm prepared to do my own bit. You understand? But it's around the corner already. But the question is, are the votes going to count? That is what we are really concerned about. If after voting, we are not going to waste our time voting, because we know what happens sometimes when it comes to election. And sometimes it's like after voting, something else happens, and people feel disoriented, disappointed. So personally, I will come out to vote. I don't know about others.
I don't think I'll vote.
Why?
Because the last presidential election I was discouraged. Discouraged in the sense that, honestly speaking, I know you won't like it, whether good or good. Our marriage was stolen. So for that reason, I'm not going to come out and vote. We don't have to give room or sell your vote for anybody. For me, I'm not selling my vote.
As Edo decides, the people want the electoral umpire to remain neutral and conduct a free and fair election devoid of manipulation. This, they say, will not only redeem the image of the umpire but also enhance sustenance of the nation's democracy.
But all I know is that INEC is going to conduct free and fair election. That is our expectation. So, and I know they are not going to disappoint. So they have been doing it, and this time around they will do it again. So that is what I know.
They do not even take what we call pride. They should not be corrupted. And to understand me, so that all what they are going to do is that they have to ring. If this one won the election, they have to say it. They have to say if this one is the one that won the election. If the other one, they have to say the other one is the one that won this governorship election.
Let them do the correct thing. Let them not write a figure where they not see for anybody. Person where God choose for us. Make them let them rule us.
We go vote that day.
I go vote where?
I would like to beg Mahmoud and all the INEC persons to allow fair play, allow the people to have their will in Edo State. or else this might be a very bad, how will I say it now, a bad tone that will cause revolution in this country, because the Edo people are serious with their choice, so nobody should come and subvert it or change it for us.
Make INEC abeg make any amount wey dey give bail make dem no ring this election, and all those security agents so make dem no harass anybody, say make everybody dey vote their mind, make dem no force anybody say you must vote for this person and you must no vote for this person. Make dem conduct the election well, and the INEC make anybody wey win make dem tell say na this person na win. Make dem say dem come give dem money now, who no win dem come say na him win.
The people, irrespective of party divides, also called on the security agencies, most especially the Nigerian police, to remain non-partisan and ensure a level playing field for all while exercising their constitutional role of managing the security of the election.
We expect the security agent to provide adequate security for the voters on election day.
I want to make the monitor the election well, so that may fight take place that very day. I want to make them stand for truth. Make them not do one party fight the second party, because we don't want fight for this election. One piece.
The police people should act well. We expect them to do better. We are in a civilized world now, in the 21st century, where little things they do can be escalated. It becomes to be everywhere in the world. You understand? They should not give us a bad image. They should be. How will I say it now? They should not play politics. They should stay out. They are not politicians. Like the other day now, somebody wore their uniform to be doing giving wrong information. That's very bad. I have not seen anything. They have not addressed that case till now.
INEC and the police, it's obvious that I don't want to call the name of the party, but from the looks of things, they are going to follow a particular party. They want to change the commissioner of police within a space of time. They change the IG of police, and we were told that I don't know what to say, but believe me or not, they are going to follow a particular party. I don't want to call the name of the party. So whoever wants to come out and vote, let him vote. But I have that belief that our vote is not going to count.
The police had since deployed a total of 35,000 personnel to the state for the Saturday's Edo governorship election.
The police will be supported by other national security agencies.
According to the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, a strengthened interagency collaboration with sister security agencies is also underway for effective security management of the election. Jude Aweke, reporting for VOS TV News, Benin. Some Edo people there expressing divergent views on their readiness for the election, which holds today. Now, prelude to this day, politicians, most especially those from the major political parties vying for the election, the APC and the PDP, let's be more specific now, they are saying that the election, some even described it as a do and die affair. There was a kind of threat and counter threats. In fact, just take a look at it.
This election is a do or die.
Politicians beating the drums of war.
I send a clear message to go to the market that we don't want problem, but when you bring problem, there is no problem.
Threats and counter threats heightening tension in Edo State as electoral violence looms.
You have to kill or arrest all of us if you have to take this step. We'll be here, we'll be with you. We are ready to give our vote, our blood for our rights.
Just as the political gladiators lock horns verbally, meeting attacks on rivals, the electorate and citizens are gripped with fears as 21st September draws near.
If they are automatically planning for all those things to be occur so that this election may not go well, then they have to stop it. It's not good. So that let there be a peaceful and a fair election. So that's what I can see. That's what I see, or that's what I notice in it.
To mean that they are irresponsible, it will mean that they are not up and doing when it comes to being men of discipline, men of character and men of morality. I think they should tread with caution anyway, because whatever it is that they say, they have followers. Sometimes people might not even understand the context which certain words were used, and because they could misinterpret it and go volatile. So I think they should be mindful of the words they use. Bear in mind that they have followers, and the impact their words can have on the society or the electorate.
To the politicians, politics is not a do or die affairs. So we just employ them that they should take it with the sportsmanship act, so that everything there will be a winner, there will be a loser. But if they have that sportsmanship act, things will go as expected.
They condemned the political crisis plaguing the state just for what they described as selfish interest.
PDP and APC, they use us. If we are there, they go jump enter here. If we problem there, they go jump enter that side. So they all they dance us up and down. We don't feel die because of the election. That one is number one. We don't feel die. Two, the election must be whole. Whether we like it or not, so everything must be whole. But we need peaceful election and vote for your choice.
So make them not fight. God go choose the right person there. No need to fight. God know who go fit rule us, and God go choose for us. Everybody, my advice is that everybody should come out and vote.
Politicians we say that they beat drum now, say the election do or die. Election not be do or die. Even APC and PDP, all of them now one. Who declare for APC now PDP CD? Who declare for PDP now APC deal? So what we need for them? We will not need party say now this party now must dey. But what we need for this our state now like this. Now person wey be say get good feeling, wey be say go fit make a good dose stand. Now what we need now for this Edo state so. And no, we say no to ringing of election for this Edo state.
Our security agent must be alert to live up to expectation. Because I heard the other time on the telly that PDP did not sign the peace accord. And those who are saying that they arrested most of their people to Abuja, which is not supposed to be so. You see, though, if offense is committed in the state, let those people be tried in that state. Not using that federal might. It's not a good thing. We are all civilized, we are all open. So they must try to do something that will make people, not to be angry. Everybody's bitter, nobody's happy.
For me, I would still say peace is better. We Nigerians, we love peace. We will not trade our peace for anything. I want everybody to sheath their sword. You know what's even paining me is we are all brothers and sisters. Why the fights? And this election will just be 1 day or 2 days, after which we will go back and meet. My brothers, they are in another party, me I'm in another party. So why are we fighting? Are you seeing it? So it's I don't know, maybe it's a mental level. We need to learn how to understand that this is not a do or die. You understand? So I think the Oba said so one time. This is not a do or die. Everybody should make sure they approach the election peacefully.
The people want the security agencies to swing into action and avert the looming electoral violence, which is evidence from the existential threats by political bigwigs of the major political parties vying for the election. This, they believe, will enhance peaceful, free and fair governorship election in the states. Jude Aweke, reporting for VOS TV News, Benin. Residents there frowning at the threats and counter-threats that some of the political bigwigs of the major party vying for the election meeting on each other, threatening, counter-threats and threats, So the security of the election, they feel that will be be of more concern with all these threats that are being the order of the day, preludes to this day, the election day. Now, the police on its part says it is not resting on its oars as it is working around the clock and will not condone any form of thuggery that will man the process. The DIG, Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of the election, DIG Frank Umba, made the disclosure recently.
We are ready. We have all it takes. We've got the men, we've got the operational assets, sufficient boots on ground, sufficient equipment. We want to promise you and promise the people of Edo State, and by extension Nigerians, that we would deliver on our mandate. Our mandate is clear, and it is to provide an enabling environment for a peaceful, safe, and violent-free election. We will hold people accountable when they infringe on the laws. For those who are not accredited and who do not have rules that are sanctioned by the Electoral Act to play, I want to seize this opportunity to warn them to stay clear of the entire process.
And towards complementing the police efforts, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, says for management of the election, the DIG, the inspector, General Christopher Musa also warned criminal-minded elements and thugs to stay clear in this election. Leave it.
For your push-up position, ready. And begin. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Our duty is to ensure that the election is free, fair, and credible. INEC is the person we are supporting because they are the ones conducting that election. The Nigerian police are the lead agency in security, so we must provide that security. We know the armed forces is the last hope of the nation. We cannot afford to fail ourselves or fail our nation. Is that clear? Yes, sir! None of us will do anything that will put the armed forces in disrepute. I don't want to hear anything that it is the armed forces that has caused problem here or the other. No. Our own is to provide that security. No any other agency in the name of vigilante, hunters or what? No. Only the statutory security agencies that are allowed to carry arms and operate on that Saturday. We cannot afford to fail ourselves. Your commanders will show you and tell you what to do. We are restricting movement, no convoy movement. Everybody should just walk, go and do his election and go back. We want it to be peaceful. Election should not be war. We don't want anybody injured. We don't want anybody killed. But anybody who decides to carry any weapon, whether cutlass, whether rifle, dang gun, machete or whatever, in the name of it, intimidating any other person, we must get that person arrested. Is that clear? Yes, sir! We must show that we are professionals as we are trained. Our issue of welfare, our issues of RCA, everything will be taken care of. Ours is to go and do our job. Like I said, I want this election to be the best ever. And we can make that possible. We have made that possible in the last 3 states. The elections went without any rancor. This one is no different. So I want to thank again all of us for being here and to remind us that we have a task on Saturday. Everybody in the world is watching Edo State on Saturday. So please, on your own, Do not allow anybody compromise you for whatever reason. Anybody who come and say, take money, do anything, arrest him. Tell him that you are a soldier or you are a personnel, you know what you are doing. At the end of it, we'll all be happy that the election is free and fair, and Edo State and Edo citizens are able to vote who they want. I'm conveying the mandate from Mr. President. He does not have any favorites. His favorite is the person that Edo people vote for. Is that clear?
Yes, sir! With the assurance of the army, it is believed that the election will be effectively managed. The security process of the election will be effectively managed. I told you we have a whole lot to discuss, today, taking a look at the security arrangements, the INEC's preparedness, voter apathy, the turnout. Just as we'll also update you with live news reports from the fields. Our correspondents are already in the field, and just like I told you before now, VOS TV Naija is one of the 140 media organizations, the electoral umpire accredited to cover the 2024 Edo gubernatorial election. For now, we are joined here in the studio by Ambassador Sylvester Okodua, the South-South Zonal Coordinator of the Transition Monitoring Group of the election. Ambassador Sylvester, sir, it's good to have you here in the studio.
Pleasure to be with you.
Thank you very much for joining us. Let's begin with your assessment of the process so far. What's your assessment so far? Because you are monitoring, you are one of the monitoring groups of the election.
Yeah, from my assessment and also our election observers that we have deployed to the 18 local government council of Edo State, the report as of now is there is peace, there is calmness. People are going about their legitimate duty to perform their civic rights, their civic responsibility. But of a disturbing proportion is the late arrivals of election material in some wards, and units. Yeah, that is the challenges. But some local government, ward and polling units, accreditation and voting has commenced. But in some, like Oriedo Ward 3, as of 9:57 a.m., ANEC officers have not arrived. But in some wards, local government, accreditation and voting has commenced. And the security arrangement is good. Yesterday, we went around the town. We observed there is a high level of security alertness and preparedness by the security agencies. They were friendly, and even today, they are friendly. The normal high level of intimidation we experienced during the election of this nature is not high, it's low, and voting is in progress.
I believe it's as a result of the various security architecture, mobilized to, manage the security situation of the election, with all the threats and counter threats by politicians and their candidates. So let's take a look at, you said the security arrangement is really encouraging. So now, on the part of the electoral umpire, how will you assess them? The INEC?
Yeah, the INEC, they always say that we are very prepared, that we improve from past election. But at the end of the day, you will see that there is little or no improvement especially, quote, in the area of logistics. It has been a problem. It is unfortunate that elections are supposed to commence by 7:30. By 10 o'clock, election material have not arrived to that polling unit. It's a challenge, and it has been a challenge. We expect that before now, INEC should have improved in the area of deployment of INEC staff, INEC and ad hoc staff to polling units, and also distribution of materials. As I said earlier, there are some wards unit, polling unit, INEC staff are nowhere to be seen. But we also have reports where we have party agents, the security agencies, but INEC staff are not available. So these are issues. Talking about the area of security, as I said, yes, the deployment is okay. With what we are seeing within the city center, yeah, it's okay, but I may not know of outside the city center as of now, the security arrangements. But their professionalism, their operation operando of the security agency is okay. And also, you know, it is not good for people to come out and make threats. And that threat has a ripple effect. Like yesterday, we are doing sampling from voters. People were afraid to come out today to come and vote because of the threat. Yes, in every threat, there are some people who may not have the mind to say, let me go and vote. Yeah. So that is why the issue of signing peace accord, issue of the political graduator, should watch what they say, because it may have a ripple effect on the outcome of the election, especially in the area of participation by the electorate.
Yes. Before now, voter apathy has been issued, and with these threats by politicians and their candidates, the gladiators, the political bigwigs, with these threats, it will even worsen the situation. Do you think we are likely to see voter apathy? Do you think voter apathy is likely to reoccur and even get worsened than before now?
No system is perfect. You must experience voters' apathy. Yeah, there are some places where you will have massive turnout. There are some places where people may not come out because of this fear of the unknown. So you cannot have 100%. But what we are advocating is that let there be an improvement. Yes, when you have an improvement, it will also, the output will be encouraging. So there must be voters' apathy. Either instead, my vote may not count, number one. Number two, what is the need of voting? Because they have not seen any change. Number three, the issue of intimidation. Number four, the issue of strength can also debar people from coming out to vote. You know, there was a show of strength by the security agencies. Yeah. Yeah. Yesterday they were moving, running at a high speed. You know, these are ways some of the strategies used to tell people that if you want to plan anything, that we are ready, we are armed, we are ready for such eventuality. So definitely there must be voter apathy.
Now, how do we really, what measure do you really think the electoral umpire should put in place to really avert voter apathy? Because if you take a look at the special reports we did, some of the reports, you see the electorates, prospective voters, they are telling you that they are not going to turn out, they are not going to exercise their franchise, that they don't have confidence in the umpire, that their votes will not count. So what are the factors really propelling this, and how do you think the electoral umpire the Independent National Electoral Commission can really, what efforts do you think they should really put in place to discourage voter apathy? Because it's really a major problem that we've been contending with over the years, and it's still reoccurring.
Okay, let me start from INEC. You know, we should do what we preach. We should practice what we preach. If INEC, they have a responsibility to build confidence in the system, assuring people that when you vote, it will count. Assuring people that with the use of beavers, he can be able to reduce that electoral malpractices. Very, very important. But a situation where you are assured the electorate that, yes, this time we are going to get it right. But at the end of the day, you are taking 5 steps backward. It's an issue. The issue of vote buying is also, we have not received any report of vote selling and buying. But I know definitely before the end of the election, there must be reports in that area. Number 3, we should, when you as a political party, what are your manifestos? What are your programs? Do you have programs? Do you have manifesto that will actually improve the livelihood of the people? What are your are you promoting good governance? When people are not seeing this, there is no need of saying, let me go and vote. Some people, you see the situation that is on hand. When you comparatively with the past, you will see that we are not making an improvement. Things are very hard. People find it difficult to meet end meets, and so on and so forth. So when they are not seeing the dividend of democracy, they will be disillusioned. They will not be having that willingness to participate. So the whoever that emerged as the governor of this state or as a nation as a whole, they should try to have a manifesto. They should try to ensure that the citizens are well taken care of. Because the responsibility of a government is to ensure the protection of life and property and to the well-being of the people. But as a people, how are they taking care of our well-being? So these are some of the factors that are mitigating against this apathy. People say, I will not go and vote. And 2, they also use a security agency by intimidation. You know, professionally, if you go to an advanced country, they have a way where they structure their things. You may not even see security agencies on the street. They do it professionally. But coming to Edo State now, you see that in every poll, there's a security checkpoint. At every 100 or 200 meters, there is a checkpoint. There's a checkpoint, there's a checkpoint. These are some of the things put in place to ensure that I cannot say it's intimidation, but it's a proactive approach. But some people who may not understand the system may feel intimidated.
Now, the issue of voter apathy, we've not been able to exhaust. It's a really worrisome issue. It's a worrisome issue, and we believe a lot of factors account for it. A lot of factors account for it, and which you've highlighted. You talked about the electoral umpire, you know, educating the voters on the need for them to accept the fact that we are now in a digital age where, you know, we use electronics to conduct election and even transmit results. But what of situations whereby these gadgets, they fail?
Yeah.
We have BVACs, you know. Let's take a look at elections in the past. 2020 in particular, Edo governorship 2020 election in particular. We have issues of, you know, cases of failed BVACs and all of that marred the process. So people are kind of skeptical. They don't even trust the electoral process anymore. They don't trust the umpire saddled with the constitutional duty of conducting the election.
Okay, that is what I said earlier. Do not create a system that you do not create a system to fail. it is, as I say, it is the responsibility of in our various network. At times, we use this telephone to do election, to conduct an online election. It worked perfectly. So any improvement, technological improvement we are advocating, which we have advocated in the past, is all lie on INEC, which is the umpire. INEC should improve the system. They assure us that BVAS will work. But during the last year election, BVAS did not work. They assure us so many things. Another thing is the judiciary. The judiciary are not helping. A situation where you have that the people actually cast their votes and vote for who they want to be their leader. Judiciary will come, they will say another thing. So judiciary are one of the major factors that is making people not to go and vote. They will say, okay, politicians are ready to do whatever they want to do. They will say, call the result, we'll meet at the courts. Because they know that they can manipulate the process. But if